Hello everyone, welcome to Northern Star Tarot. My name's Becky and this is the weekly elemental forecast. I've got these marvellous new stones, thank you Wish, and they arrive quite quickly as well actually. So I've now got little markers for earth, air, fire and water, and this is for all signs. It's not sign specific, it's just what energy is floating around. It's a bit like a weather forecast really, but with energy. And I've got a slightly new setup and a new chair, and for some odd reason on this new chair, which I think is slightly higher, it feels higher but it doesn't look as high as my other chairs, but I'm struggling to shuffle of all the things to right, I'm going to try popping it down a bit. I got sick of sitting on dining chairs for hours, so I got an office chair. But I think I need a nice big comfy chair. I call them granddad chairs. Chairs that look like it should have a grandparent sat on them. Anyway, sorry, please check the description for the disclaimer and any information about the decks that I use today. And also forewarn you, I'm going to Morocco later this week, so I will be doing some on location stuff from Morocco. I'm going to start doing daily Oracle card focuses, and I will do the elemental from there as well. I'm rather curious to find out if the energy is different there. I mean, I put this out as a global energy thing, but I wonder if it's slightly different in different locations. I mean, I'm still in Northern Hemisphere, so I don't know. I'll see. Okay, Guardians of the North, Energy of Earth. And this is our material world, our physical realm. What messages are coming through for the week beginning the 2nd? Way too many. Do you know what? I love this card because it reminds me of Morocco. It reminds me of the souks. And I'm yet to have it come out on a spread, but there it is. Probably picking up on me there. Right, let's see. Right, Energy of Earth. Okay. Magic Guardian, that popped out a second ago as well. Guardians of the East, Energy of Air. Please bring forth messages from the mental realm. So our psyche, what are we thinking about? Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. With this new setup, I feel like I've not got much wiggle room. Oops. I've just knocked the camera. So I'm not sure if it's going to stick like this. Energy of Fire. Guardians of the South, are you coming? Direction Guardian. Interesting. This one and this one both fell out before when all those cards came out. I'll put that in the centre there. Bring that closer. Sorry. I like having my lines. Guardians of the West, that was fast. Arrow, surround yourself with protective energy. I had that one for a personal last night actually. Okay, for the universe, I'm going to pull one of these. I love these cards, they're so beautiful. I am still getting to grips with them, and the messages I'm finding are quite deep. When I'm reading through the book for each one, it might take a little while, but I don't want to miss anything with these because they're quite profound. What messages are coming through from the universe? See it coming? Expansion, educate your mind and senses and align your universe, navigate distractions. Okay, let's get into it for this week then. So Magic Guardian, unlock your magic within. This to me is that recognizing your strengths, recognizing your self-confidence to make changes and manifest. There's very much like a fire and earth energy coming through with that card. So to me, this is about following your passions. It's finding that thing inside you that sparks you. And just realizing that you yourself, we are a part of the universe. We're linked to it energetically. We're linked to each other energetically, including all animals and all life forms, or so I believe. And we have the power. Every single one of us has the power to create our lives the way we want them to be. And this is, to me, this is that recognizing that power within yourself, finding that power within yourself. From our messages for our mental psyche, from the element of air, this is breaking with tradition. This is going beyond what other people expect of you. And I think if we got this, I mean, we're in Sagittarius season, and this just screams Sagittarian energy of manifesting and going for it and taking action. It's a very active sort of spread, really. Everything looks really kind of busy and empowered, and look, this guy is splitting the earth open. I think this is, it's a period of growth, a time of growth, and moving beyond, maybe beyond what you were taught to do and who you were taught to be. It's stepping outside that boundary and expanding yourself, expanding your mind, expanding your destiny. I don't use destiny and fate very often, because I believe we are very much in control of these things. I think opportunities are presented to us, and we have the option to take that path or take the other path, and we choose what we choose with the knowledge that we have at the time. But then I think we're kind of guided to take that choice anyway. If you listen to your intuition, then it should lead you where you're supposed to go anyway. And this was something that I learned this year. This year was completely mind-opening and spiritually opening to me, because I met a person, and for 6 months I ignored my intuition about that person. I ignored it. I made excuses about that person. And when it all kind of came to light and I realised how right I was about that person, but I'd ignored it myself, I think that was a massive awakening to me. And that's when I started doing tarot properly. But I needed to go through that journey. I needed to go through that to unlock the magic within myself. So even the negative things, even the trials that we suffer, it's all for our higher good. And I think when you expand your mind to understand that and accept that, it's so freeing. So Direction Guardian is about having those opportunities. But there's only you that can make that choice and that decision of where you're going to go and who you're going to be. And then for our water energy, we've got surround yourself with protective energy. And I find that interesting that that's in our heart space. So everything else is feeling quite bold, quite go for it, quite progressive. This one is putting up a bit of a guard. And this is a guard against people or situations that are not helping you, that are harming you from all this. I feel like this is separate to all this. All this is open. This is being open to the universe. And this one is just being a bit guarded. Maybe guarding our hearts. And just recognizing who should be in our lives and who we have moved away from energetically. Because I don't believe it's a right or wrong with people in our lives. I think we're all chemicals, and when you put different chemicals together, they have a different reaction. So there might be some people that you just have a toxic sort of connection with. And this is just recognizing those people that aren't at the same place as you, and they're not on the same vibration as you. Recognizing the people that are potentially doing harm to you, maybe without even realizing it themselves. But just be wary of that. So I'll have a quick read of these. I'm getting through this quite quick, actually. These ones are Sacred Spirit reading cards. And I love these ones. I am going to start using these more as the central. I used to use these when they were the new cards, the Angels and Ancestors. So now that I'm more familiar with these, I'm comfortable using them on the outside. But I feel these speak more from the universe. There's that sort of, like, every piece of art in it and all the words in it, it's all very mind expanding. And to me, that is what the universal energy is for. So the earth energy speaks of our physical world. Air speaks of our mental, like, things that are going on in our mind, or like problems that we're trying to solve. Fire is our passions, our spirit, the things that drive us. And water is our emotions. I always pull for the universe as well. It's kind of like the fifth element to me. The fifth element is the energy from the cosmos, the universe. It's the crown chakra where we get our knowledge from. And these cards really speak to me for that. They're quite mind expanding. So let's see, we've got 16. Oh, sorry, I've knocked you again. I've got it tethered to a chair at the moment. I will get a proper setup one day. At the moment, my living space is currently under construction as well, so I'm feeling like most of my living room is in bags somewhere. Let's see, I'm going to have a look at the numerology as well for that. It's something I'm still learning, and I've literally only got this book on it. I will look more into it, but it's something I definitely find interesting. So we add the numbers together, we got 17, 1 plus 7, 8, which is power, authority, strength, organization, control, and materialism. So, I mean, even reading this all together over all the weeks I've been doing this, and the journey that we've been on with the energy through the elemental forecasts, or the energy forecasts as they were called when I first started them. I'm seeing the story. It's like episodes. So the last, all the way through Scorpio season, there was a whole lot of death and rebirth, and there was all this struggle going on, especially with the Mercury retrograde. Another word I cannot say. It's them two words together. And then the last few weeks has been about balance and just finding our feet again and getting stable. And now we're finally getting into it. This is now's the time to shine. Now's the time to grow and enter the next stage, the next cycle. So let's see what expansion says. Learning through life experiences, educate your mind and senses. Expansion is an inevitable process of the universe. The knowledge of history, sciences, mathematics, and social understanding continue to grow through the foundation of new knowledge, awareness, and experience. Human beings and human consciousness also continue to evolve and expand. It is part of the evolutionary process. Clinging to old and past experiences restricts a person's ability to grow. Expanding yourself spiritually and emotionally allow you to feel a greater sense of love, compassion and harmony. That already to me is speaking about this, of holding on to maybe old situations or people that you were connected to that were bringing down your vibration. Let's see. Realize that you are always in a permanent state of learning about yourself physically and emotionally. How you interact with others and what you like or dislike are all experiences that create expansion within your spirit. More importantly, it's never too late to learn. You may have just left behind an old life. Wow, this is where this is connecting here for me. Previously gone through separation or divorce, began a new job or career path, or started a family. It might seem confronting now, but don't be afraid to ask for help or advice about these matters. Support is available to you, just ask. Right now you're in the process of learning. Career goals, education and skills, or skills-based training are a focus now. This new information is needed for the next step of your life. You may be feeling that you aren't up to the task ahead. Don't fear. Everything you need will be available to you in divine timing. You may feel like you're on the edge of not knowing what to do next. All that means is that this is a new experience and you require more information for the journey ahead. Research your area of focus. A new level of study or education will benefit you now as you prepare and organise for your future. So, I mean, that also ties in with this. I get the feeling with this magic guardian and unlocking that magic within. That is also improving your skills with that energy. That's having your mind open to learn and receive new information. We'll have a look at align your universe, navigate distractions. And then we'll see how the two cards relate as well. Much like an astrological alignment, the mind, body and spirit need consistent alignment as we navigate our daily life, social calendars, employment, family and home life. Challenges to our thoughts and beliefs can shake us to our very core. Our values can be destabilised and altered if we have limited confidence in our direction or focus. And that's tying in with that, isn't it? Without the sanctity of alignment of the spirit, how will you know where you are going in life? When there are too many distractions or issues all happening at once, we struggle to focus on the important things. What do you feel is a priority or non-priority in your current circumstances? Right now, you require an alignment in your priorities. Much like the stars contained within the universe, your energy is scattered across time. Directions and scattered energies are causing lost and missed opportunities for your soul to thrive. Health is also a factor now. Take time to make your health and well-being a priority. Align your chakras and energy centers for stability and clarity and sense of self. You are the center of your universe. This is exactly what I was saying before, wasn't I? About being able to create. Not just letting life happen to you, but expanding it yourself. This reminds me, weirdly, this image reminds me of Ego from Guardians of the Galaxy 2. That guy who is a planet. But it's that ability to grow within ourselves. And I think when you unlock that magic inside yourself, by sharing that energy with other people, it allows them to unlock it in them. We are a social creature, and we learn better through interaction with other people and their experiences. So when you reach those moments, I mean, if you look on here, the third eye's open there. When you reach that moment of clarity in your life, just sharing that energy with people. That doesn't mean like go around saying, you know, like chatting about it all the time and saying, oh, I've woke up, or I've got this idea, or I feel like amazing. But just even talking with other people, they will feel your energy. They'll feel that confidence within yourself. So to me, this is being open to the energies of the universe. This is being open and opening your mind so that you can expand and so that you can grow and find your inner magic. So the affirmation for this one is, it's safe for me to release the fear of the unknown. I can move forward with energy and enthusiasm. And I think sometimes fear does hold us back, doesn't it? In fact, I'd say most of the time it's fear that holds us back. It's the I can't card. It's kind of like the 8 or the 9 of swords. So I'll get some clarifiers. I'm half expecting to see some swords pop out and probably some wands energy. I'm going to use Fenestra. I need some space to shuffle. So, sorry Fire, you're going to have to go over there with water for a little bit. Do other tarot readers talk to their cards? Oh well. There's a fine line, isn't there? One of those people that tends to name my car and my telephone and give everything a personality. Okay. Where's Magic Guardian there from Earth? That was quick. Queen of Swords. Wow. She kind of mirrors her, doesn't she? Look at her stance. She's kind of got that same sturdiness on her face. That's pure confidence. That is confidence in knowing where you want to go, knowing your truth, knowing what you want to go for. Thinking some people already know the direction they want to go in which case what's holding you back? Wow. Swords, swords, swords. Not all the swords. We've got the 9 of Pentacles there. Ah, is that holding you back sometimes? That is another... That's being comfortable. Being so comfortable and like we have enough stuff to live comfortably, but is it making us happy? I feel like she's mirroring that same sort of image as well. I wonder what that's with. So we've got the 3 of, I wouldn't say 3 of Hearts there. 3 of Swords. I've got the 3 of Swords there and the Ace of Cups. And the Knight of Swords. Is this what's holding some of us back, maybe? This is a fear of loss. This is, I mean, it's heartache, but I think it's more in materialistic sense. So it's something that you've lost. Maybe you went through some hardship, or some of us have been through some hardship, and that is what I kind of get, like that's what's driving us forward, not holding us back. It feels more like this is what has inspired us. We never want to go through that again. We never want to be down in the ground. We never want to feel like our heart's been stabbed 3 times. And the fact that we've got the Ace of Cups after that and the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords knows what he wants as well. Sorry about that, just had to take an important phone call. Right, where were we? Yeah, so the Knight of Swords kind of goes for what he wants. The Queen of Swords knows her truth. She's already like progressed from this. The Knights always progress a situation, and this to me is that when you know the direction you want to go in, and that's it, you're off. You're off on your horse, you're charging in. And what direction are we going in here? We're going this way. We're going towards this Ace of Cups. So we're charging towards our emotional fulfillment, our emotional happiness. And I feel like whatever situation we were in the past wasn't giving us that. Right, let's have a look. I'm going to use... Here's the Woodlands. For the Elder. It's interesting, this card, the Elder, because this is like, it's steeped in tradition, but then it's going the next level above that. It's taken what you've learned from your elders and from your ancestors and expanding on it. Growing, moving beyond that. Why is the elders there from... To me, this very much feels like outgrowing a situation. So either outgrowing a relationship or outgrowing a job or career that you were doing. Let's see what we've got here. 5 of Arrows. There's definitely some conflicts there. Respect. That's interesting. So let's lift these up actually while I read them. So we've got the 5 of Arrows, which is traditionally the 5 of Swords. I knew there'd be a lot of swords energies coming out here. So this is conflict. This is well, not even conflict, it's trying to outrun a situation, isn't it? It depends which way, which of these characters you relate to. Are you trying to take aim? I mean, it says frustration there as our key. Traditionally, the 5 of Swords is when you win a victory, but at the cost of losing something else. But this image to me suggests that it was like you had difficulty just pinning it down. And that's where the frustration came in. And then we've got exploitation here as well, 6 of Stones. That is being left in the cold. This very much feels like up here. I feel like some of you had like a stable material life, but it wasn't emotionally fulfilling. And either you left that behind and that has left you in this position of not having that house or having that financial stability. Was this with an older person? It's feeling like a very specific message for someone there, but I get the feeling there was like an older person with this, with the elder coming in there and then respect being there. I feel like they didn't respect you. And the Page of Bows, this is feeling more for this very specific person or group of people, this is feeling more like your energy of wanting to start anew, wanting something that fires your heart and fires your ambitions. I mean, this could also be in career sense, of moving away from a career that just wasn't, that was comfortable with the money, but maybe just too stressful and too much pressure and not getting any respect. And that would tie in with the elder as well. Maybe a manager, or it could be someone who is more above, more mature in that sense. But now you've got a creative spark, you've got a new truth, and unlocking that magic within and that confidence. I get the feeling that some of you can go above this. You can stretch beyond that person. Maybe get a higher position, maybe not now, but I feel like that's something you can work towards. Let's see why Direction Guardian's there. Sorry, I get an awful dry throat when I'm doing these. Right, Direction Guardian, let's see. We go with the Fountain. Still learning how to read it when specific messages come in for something that is for everyone. Because the energy forecasts are for just everybody. It's how the energy's flowing. And it's like I get little narratives and little stories that pop through that are obviously a lot more specific. But when I set my intentions with the cards, I always say that it's for messages for people who need to hear it. And maybe that's the message for someone, that you can go above the person. I mean, this could even be raising a complaint at work. If you're being mistreated at work, maybe taking something to the next level, taking it up to HR or a higher manager. Right, let's see. Oh God, we've got the Three of Swords on the bottom there as well. It's coming through so strongly. I feel like someone has definitely been wronged recently. Okay, Direction Guardian. Knight of Swords again. Definitely know which direction you want to go in. And I can't see anything holding you back either. We've got expansion here. We've got the Queen of Swords. These are all very, I know where I'm going sort of cards. And the Seven of Wands is defending. This is very much feeling like that HR case. I feel like this is coming through so strongly now. I think I'm definitely on the right path with that. Maybe someone is having a bit of trouble at work with a manager, in which case definitely, definitely stand within your power and go through the proper means to deal with that. What are we being defensive about? But the Knight of Swords coming out there again, that to me just confirms that you already know what direction you want to go in. There's many options, but you already know where you want to take this. And Seven of Wands, thank you. Ace of Wands. Nice. So this is just unlocking. This is once again unlocking that magic. Manage, where did that come from? Unlocking that inner magic. Oh my word. One sec while I find my words again. I mean, I'm loving this down here in the fire energy. There's definitely something that's got you riled up, and not in a negative way necessarily. I mean, the Ace of Wands kind of stretches across that range. It's your passions, but sometimes our passions get us so passionate that we become argumentative about it or anything like that. This is what you're what you're defending. To me, this is what you're defending. It's that new spark of creativity, that new spark inside yourself. I just keep hearing, you know where you want to go. You know where you want to go. Right, let's see. Arrow. Where's arrow there? Where's arrow there? Oh my god. Oh my god. I wish I'd have mentioned that now. So because I looked on the bottom of these last cards and it had the three of swords in there. And when I looked on the bottom of this one, it was the devil. And I didn't say anything. And look what's just popped out, the devil. So the devil, please don't be put off by the name if you're not familiar with tarot. The devil represents our temptations and the things that kind of hold us back. But it's not external. If you look, she's here in this rock. She's put herself there. And that's what we do with temptations. We put ourselves in these traps. And we chain ourselves to them. And that to me just feels like this comfortability. Can't really leave that. Can't leave it. It's too comfortable. It's that sort of, you know, oh, it's good pay, or, oh, but he looks after me. You know, it's that sort of chain. That thing where we know what decision we want to make, and that's what's holding us back. Give us more. And maybe this is the protection that you're needing. 9 of Cups there as well. I mean, the 9 of Cups is like emotional fulfillment, complete emotional fulfillment. And I feel like whatever situation that you're dealing with right now is not or hasn't been emotionally fulfilling. And that's what you're wanting. I love the way these are kind of facing off against each other as well. It's like, but if you let go of this, then you could have this. If you let go of those chains, let go of being surrounded by negativity, then you can have love, you can have self-love, you can have emotional fulfillment in what it is that you do for a living. There's so much potential if you let go of whatever it is that is keeping you chained. I'm going to use this for expansion as well in a line of universe. Coming out. Knight of Swords. Oh my word. Knight of Swords, Knight of Swords, Knight of Swords. You are charging away there. We've got the World there. The Emperor. Wow. Oh wow. Like this is such good group of cards here. We got the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands who brings things in swiftly. This is very quick change. And like I keep saying this, I mean, they're both very, very speedy knights. They're both very, the energy that comes from them, sorry, talk about them like they're real people. these two working together, this energy working together, is having your mind focused on what it is that drives your passions and just going for it. And look what cards you've got in between that as well. You've got the Lovers. I mean, the Lovers can be read a few ways. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. I love this image of it though. Normally the Lovers are separated from each other, but in this one they are fully embraced and sharing a kiss, and the sun shining down on them. It's pure bliss. But to me, this can also be an internal of the Lovers. It's loving the other side of yourself. It's being at one with yourself. And I say that with this because we've got the Emperor with it as well. And the Emperor's all about standing in your power. This, especially with the Magic Guardian above it, this to me is just knowing your power, knowing what you can create. That's kind of what I said at the very beginning, isn't it? Of being able to create and expand your own world and your own mind. And you've got all the tools there to do it. The only thing that's missing is the Magician. You got the World here. This is coming to the end of a cycle. It's coming to the end of it. But having accomplished everything that you could in that cycle. And this is where it's, to me, I'm picking up strongly on that